Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 738 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today I'm going to talk about anachronisms. What the heck is an anachronism? Why should you bother listening? Well, you should, because it's a cute little advertising and speech technique that you can use to promote yourself. All right. So I was listening to 70s music the other day, and I heard one line from a song, and the song surely would be canceled in today's crazy woke environment. No doubt about it. And the line wasn't in any way against wokeism, but it surely stimulated this episode. And I'll tell you what that line was and the song was in a minute. Hope you didn't miss episode 737. That was search tips. Now, wouldn't it be nice if you could easily find what you're searching for in the search engines? Now, in that episode, I told you practical tips on finding stuff fast when searching and how it can increase your bottom line. That was episode 737. Anytime you want to get to a back episode, you go to screwthecommute.com/ and then the episode number. That was 737 for search tips. Do it. Listen to that episode. It's going to save you tons of time in the future. All right, follow me on TikTok at Digital Multimillionaire and grab a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free. All right, let's get to the main event. Now, so I'm cruising around Saturday in my hot rod Chevy Suburban, all right, listening to 70s on 7 on my XM radio, and a song came on, and like I said, it surely would get canceled if it was popular enough that the wokesters would have even heard of it, all right? And it was called Troglodyte Caveman by the pretty much unknown group, the Jimmy Castor Bunch. Probably one of the dumbest songs ever written, except for the spin-off of the song called Bertha Butt Boogie. Now, I remember the songs from back in the 70s, but quite frankly, haven't thought about them or heard them since. All right, now, here's the line I heard that reminded me to teach you what I'm going to teach you in today's episode. Here's the line. Let's take the average caveman at home listening to his stereo. All right. And here's some other really impactful lines from the song. I'll sock it to you, daddy. Right on. And hot pants. now, what do all these lines and sayings have in common? Well, they don't belong together. They're from different time periods. Now, I'm not sure cave people didn't say to each other, I'll sock it to you, daddy, or right on, or hot pants. All right. But I'm pretty darn sure they didn't have stereos. And this is an attention-gaining technique that I outlined in my Wake 'em Up book almost 30 years ago. It's called anachronism, which is the mixing of things from different time periods. It's a little harder to do right now because of all the cancellations of well-known historical figures, but it still can be done. So here's some examples of anachronisms, and I'm just making them up. And the first one, poor Abe Lincoln got canceled. I don't know for what, but here would be an anachronism. Would Abe Lincoln have kept his beard if he had the new Gillette Track 4 blade? All right. Two different, time periods. Here, would Billy the Kid have slept on horsehair and feathers if he had the new Tempur-Pedic Pro Breeze 11-inch hybrid mattress? And in these, let me put my paper away here. In these, you would, many times you have a picture of the historical figure or something old mixed with something new. It doesn't have to be a person, but these examples just happen to be people. Here's another one. Cleopatra would have been even more gorgeous if she had the L'Oreal of Paris voluminous original mascara that doesn't clump, and it's long wearing, and it's affordable. And I guess if you want to please everybody, you had to pick some old thing that hasn't been canceled yet, like I said to Abe Lincoln. Maybe Ben Franklin will be okay for a while until, I don't know, electricity gets canceled. It's hard for them to cancel electricity when they're pushing electric cars, right? So, all right, let's see. So anyway, you need to think of something old that you can pair up with your topic area. And it doesn't even have to make much sense. I mean, here's one. Who knows what laws of the universe Isaac Newton could have figured out had he attended the Internet Marketing Training Center of Virginia? Now, of course, your intended audience needs to be smart enough to know who Isaac Newton was, and that's getting a little tougher nowadays. And this idea can work for just about any topic, product, or service you can think of. Here's one. Isaac Newton wouldn't have had to worry about an apple smashing into his head if he wore the Milwaukee Bolt white Type 2 Class C vented safety helmet. And then you'd have a picture of him sitting under an apple tree with the helmet on. So, I mean, these can be used in speeches, on podcasts, and other interviews, and in ads, and anywhere you want a little punch of attention for your product or service. And you can even poke a little fun at yourself. So just think, here's one. Just think what a great speaker John F. Kennedy would have been had he had my Wake 'em Up book. And I'm sorry to have to explain, folks, why this works, but obviously JFK was already a great speaker before the Wake 'em Up was even written 30 years later. So, anachronisms, that's what we're talking about today. Think something up for your product or service and send them to me at tom@screwthecommute.com, and I'll give you a shout out on a future episode. How about that? All right, if you want tips on how to be a great internet and digital marketer, I've been helping people for about 25 years now, and been selling on the commercial internet for 29. I have the most unique, longest running, most successful program ever in the field of internet and digital marketing. And if you don't believe it, check it out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. Get a hold of me and I'll talk to you with no pressure about your future online. All right, we'll catch you all in the next episode. See you later.